Hello everyone, Swan Michelle here. Welcome to my channel and welcome back. If you have been here before, if you don't know who I am a psychotherapist and recovery coach, and I help folks who are struggling with narcissistic abuse, codependency, and interpersonal trauma. So today I'm going to be talking to you guys about why denial is so dangerous in a narcissistic relationship. Denial is basically a defense mechanism where we don't see problems or issues that could be causing us harm in some way. Typically, it's a defense mechanism to protect us mentally and psychologically, because sometimes things just appear way too big, way too bad, way too much, and we just really don't want to acknowledge that it's there. And so sometimes we like to think, well, if I stay in denial about this, I don't have to deal with it. But the reality is you can't stay in denial forever, because the problems and the issues that you are trying to deny are eventually going to come to the surface and manifest in your life in some kind of way. And you won't be able to avoid it. It's going to be bigger. It's going to be worse. And you're going to be in a situation where you're forced to deal with it. And we don't want that. We want to be able to face things head on and deal with the problems as they arise. Now, denial, because it's a defense mechanism that your brain uses to protect itself psychologically, it's something that you're not consciously aware of. Now, if you are aware that something is going on and you choose to overlook it, that's not necessarily denial. That's just you choosing not to deal with a red flag. So how do you come out of denial is by doing some reflection on yourself, how you're feeling, paying attention to your intuition, what you feel in your gut, any instinctive thoughts that you may have about your relationship, because something we feel, the denial is not completely unconscious, but it's subconscious, meaning we're going to feel it more than we're going to be consciously aware of it. So pay attention to what you're feeling in your body. When you feel that uncomfortable feeling in your gut, that lets you know something might be wrong, pay attention to that, because something probably is. So you want to try and go inward and tune into what you're feeling on an emotional level, which is going to give you some insight that something isn't quite right in your relationship. And then you can put more thought into that, try to bring it to the surface, and you'll be able to see exactly what's going on and probably be able to see some of the red flags that you've missed. So we're going to talk about why staying in denial is so dangerous, and hopefully you can start working on coming out of that. So I'm going to give you 5 reasons why staying in denial is very dangerous for you when you're in a narcissistic relationship. And the first reason is that when you are in denial, you don't see signs or red flags or behaviors that are inappropriate and potentially dangerous. So because you don't see it, you are putting yourself at greater risk of harm. Other people around you may see what's going on, but you don't see it, especially when your partner, the abuser, the narcissist, is doing things that are very deceitful, doing things that may not be overt. If it's not physical abuse or overt emotional abuse, there may be little things that they may do, such as when you're happy, they may try and do things to bring you down. They may try and do subtle things to tear down your mental state, your self-esteem, and your self-confidence. And because you don't see it, by the time you are aware of what's going on, it's going to be a much bigger problem, and you're going to be possibly and probably more deeply involved with the narcissist, which can make it harder to get out, which can push you stronger into that trauma bond. And so when you don't see these things and you're just going around, basically in la la land, thinking that your relationship is good, and there's a reason that you don't see these things. It's cognitive dissonance, right? You can't, when you believe someone is great and they're right for you, it's hard on a cognitive level to see the other side, to see the dark side, to have the rug pulled from under you. It's not easy to allow yourself to go there, so you may stay in denial. But the more you stay in denial, the more you're putting yourself at greater risk of harm, and things are going on that you don't see, but they're still happening. The narcissist is still tearing you down mentally, emotionally. You're at greater risk of harm when you are in denial of the narcissist's abusive behavior. The second reason denial is dangerous in a narcissistic relationship is because this gives the narcissist more power. Giving the narcissist more power makes you susceptible to abuse, to more abuse. The narcissist feels more inferior, more powerful. They feel like they can do whatever they want to you, and you don't even see it. They laugh about it. They think it's funny that they're doing things to cause you harm, and yet you're still bragging to your family and friends about your wonderful relationship. And let me give you an example of that. If you are with a narcissist and the narcissist tells you, I lost my job and I really can't pay my bills. I don't have anywhere to live. I need to live with you for a while. I might even need you to take on some of my bills, but this is only going to be temporary. We're a partnership. We help each other out when we're down. Now, you might see that as, something that is perfectly fine with you. If you're in a relationship with someone, you feel like you want to help them out. But you have to remember that if you're dealing with a narcissist, this is all planned, premeditated. This is manipulation. This is an attempt for the narcissist to get their needs met by you. So they end up using you, draining you financially. And you may be in denial about what's really going on. So you may not really see this as a problem until you're over your head in debt. The narcissist has been there for a year and is not contributing. So this is an example of how you may not necessarily see this as a harmful behavior because you're not willing to allow yourself to go there for the purpose of holding on to the relationship. And the third reason staying in denial with a narcissist is that when there are actual abusive behaviors, you will have a tendency to not say anything and not tell anyone when you see those behaviors. So even if you are in denial that this is actually abuse, it could still be harmful to you, and you could put yourself in a position where you are further isolated and alone and no one knows what's going on. For instance, if you got into an argument with the narcissist that led into a big fight, and the narcissist starts being verbally aggressive with you, calling you names, you may see it as the narcissist not being able to control his anger. You may see it as something related to the content of the argument. You may see it as something that is sort of an isolated incident. And even if it starts to happen repeatedly, you may not see this as a pattern. You may even look at what led to the argument. What did I do? Which I'm going to get to the whole self-blaming. So, and the reason this is important for someone to know that you're dealing with someone who is aggressive is that verbal aggression can lead to physical aggression. And even if it doesn't, it's harmful. It's emotional abuse. And even if it's physical abuse, we all know of situations where people have been in denial about that. And they've made excuses and they didn't tell anyone, so no one knew. So that can be a very dangerous situation where something happens and everyone who knows you is like, I didn't even know all this was going on, because your denial causes you to keep it a secret. And the fourth reason staying in denial in narcissistic relationships is dangerous is that you're going to reject those who seek out to help you. If you have family and friends who see what's going on and they confront you about it, or they talk to you about it and they seek to help you and they tell you, you know what, we don't like how this person treats you. You really should, consider maybe doing something about this situation. You're likely to get angry at them, feel like they're intruding in your relationship. because you don't see it, you're going to think that they don't know what they're talking about. This person is good to you. Sometimes he gets angry. Sometimes he does things, but he doesn't mean it. When he's harmful to me, it's because of he's stressed, some other situation going on, has nothing to do with who he is as a person. Denial. It has everything to do with who he is as a person or she. It has everything to do with patterns of behaviors. It has everything to do with the fact that they have a personality disorder. This is who they are. They're going to manipulate you and brainwash you into believing that they're someone they're not. And they're going to do things to you that are harmful, and they're going to blame you. And you're not going to see what's going on initially. Other people are, and you may push those people away. And then again, you're left alone and isolated in a situation where you need support and you need help. And you may not have it when you do reach out for it. And the fifth reason it's dangerous to stay in denial in a narcissistic relationship is that you are at greater risk of staying stuck in these relationships and being miserable and unhappy and completely blaming yourself. Because the narcissist is going to gaslight you, make you think that you're the problem, make you think that everything is going wrong in the relationship is your fault, make you think that when they explode and they're abusive to you is because you keep doing these things wrong. And because you can't make them happy in the relationship. And if only you can do this better, and if only you can do that right, then they wouldn't act the way that they're acting. And because they're so good at manipulating and gaslighting, you may start to believe that and work on changing your behavior, only to find that nothing helps. They're still doing the same things they've been doing. And every time you do try and change something that they don't like, they move the goalpost. So they're never satisfied. But because you don't see it's them and you blame you stay in this cycle of fixing your problem according to the narcissist. So they won't be angry, so they won't be abusive, so they won't be unhappy in the relationship. And imagine living years of your life like that. And if you're watching this video, you may have lived years of your life like that. Or you may still be living your life like that. And you're trying to figure out what to do about it. If you're watching this video, hopefully you have had some emotions come up within your body that has caused you to stop and pause and think about whether or not you have been in denial or are in denial about what's going on in your relationship. And these narcissists, they know it. It gives them power. When they can pull the wool over your eyes, they love this. This is how they get you trauma bonded to them. Because they're not going to be harmful all the time, right? So they're going to do something, and they may do it covertly, or even if they do it overtly, which directly, they're probably going to follow it up with something nice and kind. They're going to be loving. They're going to, again, make it seem like, well, if only this hadn't happened, if you hadn't done such and such, then I never would have done what I did. Now here's your flowers, and let's go out on a romantic date, and let me start with all the love bombing. So you can see that it's not me, it's you. And so when you have those highs and lows and intermittent rewards, which is the kindness after the abuse, it causes a cognitive dissonance, and it pushes you further into denial. And we want to come out of that. We want to see these people for who they truly are. And if you need some help doing that, listen to the people in your lives, because I'm pretty sure if you are with someone who's a narcissist, they see the problems, they see the abuse, they see this person isn't good for you. Eventually, because you might be saying, well, they all think this person is wonderful. because narcissists are good at putting up a front, but it can't last. The mask has to come off. So if you've been with someone for any length of a longer length of time, and you have family and friends who really know you, who are very close to you, they will see it. Reach out to your support system. Listen to them. When they point out behaviors that are wrong that the narcissist does, don't make excuses. Go with the facts. Choose facts over feelings when you're dealing with narcissists. So I wanted to give you guys these 5 reasons that denial can be dangerous in a narcissistic relationship, just to help you understand how important it is to be aware of what's going on, be aware of what you're dealing with, and choose to do something about the situation. If you have any additional thoughts about why it can be dangerous to stay in denial in a narcissistic relationship, put that down below in the comment section. And also, if you have any questions in general, any topic ideas about videos that you'd like to see, put that in the comment section down below. And if you liked this video and thought it was helpful, give it a thumbs up. That helps my channel. And share this video out with anyone who you think may benefit from it. And again, if you have not subscribed to this community, what are you waiting for? Go ahead and subscribe and hit the notification bell so that you'll be notified when videos come out. And that's it. Thanks for watching. Until next time, take care. Bye.